Thank you so much, Steph. Good afternoon, everyone. I have 3 notes for you today. I know everybody's very busy. I saw you working hard yesterday as I was also monitoring we were all monitoring the meeting in the Security Council. So let's get started. The President of the General Assembly, Mr. Dennis Francis, has asked for an immediate cessation of violence in Israel and Gaza after the attacks of 7th October against Israel. The PGA is appalled by the kidnapping of civilians and called for an immediate release of all people who were taken hostages. He urges all parties and key actors to exercise maximum restraint and engage in diplomatic efforts to de-escalate the situation and to protect civilians. He stresses that the international law must be fully respected. The attacks by Hamas on Saturday resulted in an escalation that left hundreds dead and scores more wounded in Israel and the State of Palestine. The PGA joins the Secretary General in stating unequivocally that violence is not a viable path forward. It offers neither sustainable peace nor prosperity for any involved. This is a path that has proven to lead only to more bloodshed, more conflict, and more tragedy. In most cases, these are innocent citizens. We're talking about women, men, children, who are paying the price. Mr. Francis calls for all parties to exercise maximum restraint and for all stakeholders to engage in diplomatic discussions, to de-escalate the situation, to protect civilians, and to chart a path to a two-state solution that offers peace, progress, and prosperity for all. You will remember that on Saturday, shortly after the assault by Hamas, Mr. Francis issued a statement on his account on the social media platform X, strongly condemning the attack. The J leader has called on the international community to stand with the Afghan people after the 6.3 magnitude earthquake in the Herat province on Saturday in Afghanistan. Media reports indicate that at least 2,000 people died in the disaster. Mr. Dennis Francis expressed his deepest condolences to the families of the victims and a speedy recovery to those injured. The president is deeply concerned about the impact of this devastating earthquake, which hit a region of the country that has already suffered from the consequences of conflict, drought, and food insecurity. The president expresses his solidarity with the people of Afghanistan and joins the calls to scale up emergency humanitarian assistance as aid workers are searching for survivors. He stresses that early action in situations like this is crucial to save lives and provide essential services for those affected. And tomorrow, for your diaries, 10th of October at 10 a.m., the General Assembly will hold the election for new members of the Human Rights Council. PJ Dennis Francis will chair the meeting in accordance with the rules of procedure of the General Assembly. After an introduction, member states will cast their votes in a secret ballot. President Francis will then announce the results of the election. No statements from member states are expected. In order to be elected to the Council, each candidate must have at least 97 votes, which is the absolute majority of votes required. The 15 elected members will serve for a period of 3 years. We are talking here about 2024 to 2026. There are 4 vacant seats for the African region and 4 candidates: Burundi, Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Malawi. The Asia-Pacific states have 4 seats and 4 candidates: China, Indonesia, Japan, and Kuwait. In the group of Eastern European states, there are 2 vacant seats and 3 candidates: Albania, Bulgaria, and the Russian Federation. On Latin American, Caribbean states, there are 3 vacant seats and 4 candidates: Brazil, Cuba, Dominican Republic, and Peru. The last group of Western European and other states has 2 seats and 2 candidates: France and Netherlands. So I think by the time we meet tomorrow, we may have a result for you. We'll see. And finally, on the PJ's agenda today, he received the permanent representative of Barbados, His Excellency Mr. Francois Jackman, before addressing the Fifth Committee, as you may know by now, and the Second Committee in separate meetings. He also received the SG's personal envoy for Mozambique, Mr. Mirko Manzoni. As we speak, the PGA is receiving in his office the Ombudsman of the International Institute, Ms. Gabi Schwartz. Later today, he will take part in a video conference with the Independent International Commission of Inquiry on the occupied Palestinian territory, including East Jerusalem and Israel. Late afternoon, Mr. Dennis Francis will hold a meeting with the USG for Peace Operations, Jean-Pierre Lacroix. My friends, this is all for today. Do you have anything? Edie, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Monica. Has any UN member state asked for a General Assembly meeting on Hamas's invasion of Israel and Israel's declaration of war against Hamas?
Nothing has come our way, but doesn't mean that it couldn't happen anytime. Thank you. Pam, how are you?
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you here yesterday.
Good to see you too.
Thank you, Monica. The PGA statement was, as you said, very close to the Secretary General's in condemning the attacks, but he didn't use the word terror, calling it a terror attack, which the SG did. Is there, does he not believe it is, or is that just a different choice? Thank you.
No, I don't think that is the question. The PJ is appalled by this attack, and his reaction on Saturday, shortly after it happened, also translates his reaction to it. What I think right now, and we spoke this morning, because of course we meet every morning, and he also is stressing how concerned he is with the situation of the civilians, the people who were kidnapped, people who are being held against their will. And that's why in his statement he makes clear that all the hostages have to be released immediately.
And oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Is he having conversations with regional world leaders about the issue, and who in particular?
The PJs.
Thank you.
Yeah, the PJs. I don't have any update for you on this right now, as it is an evolving topic right now or situation. But the PJ has his office open to all who wants to speak to him. He's very concerned about this. He is asking for a cessation of hostilities, because we are having, as we speak, people being targeted. It doesn't matter where they're from. People being targeted. We're talking about women, men, children, elderly people. So he would like to see an end of it to this. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone? Stefano, go ahead.
Thank you, Monica. Does the President of the General Assembly think that this crisis could have been prevented somehow, some way, if in the months prior or years prior something will have happened that didn't happen?
Yeah. Well, the president, I think you were here, right, when we had the press conference. The president has made clear his stance on when it comes to the Middle East. Yeah, that resolutions previously approved in this House, and we are talking about the Security Council, we're talking about the General Assembly, we're talking about other instances, are there to be abide by. People have to abide by these resolutions. That's what I would like to say. And he was very clear here when he said that he not only supports these resolutions, that they have to be implemented, but that his clear vision or opinion on this is that only a two-state solution that brings to peace of two states living peacefully, side by side, coexisting peacefully, is the way forward for the situation. However, right now, We are talking about an attack that just happened on Saturday, right? So I think we have two situations here, an evolving situation, a situation that has been there for decades and that have been dealt with in diplomatic ways when we're talking about the resolutions. But also we have a situation of an attack that happened on Saturday, an unprovoked, unexpected attack. We all have seen the images on the media, traditional media or social media. I think the PJ was very clear in his statement. There must be an immediate cessation of violence, and all sides need to find a path to a durable, peaceful solution. That's what we have to do. As we speak, we are still dealing with a very grave, terrible, serious situation of people being in terrible conditions, right? And I think right now, what he's asking for is very clear. Stop all violence, and let's find a path to peace and to the end of the violence. Yes. Okay, anything else? If not, I would say thank you so much for staying this late, and I see you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you.